Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Tonight's interview, it's going to be with CyberChimp in a moment here, but just like to remind everybody that if you haven't already hit the follow button, I really do appreciate it. Subscribe, Twitch Prime, all that good stuff. I'd like to also mention, just a quick reminder, if you have any questions, please use the command in the chat, !questions with an S. And if you're ever curious who I'm interviewing, you also look at the stream title, or !guess is also linked to their Twitch channel. And then also in about less than an hour, we'll be also taking a little bit commercial break. Just a quick reminder, because people obviously are like, whoa, Twitch ads, what the hell? So I always like to alert you guys about that. But anyway, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, introducing our guest tonight, CyberChimp. Welcome, welcome. It's nice to see you today. How you doing, man? It's been a long time.
2 years was the last one? Back in your old studio?
That's correct. That's right. So, sorry. People are texting me important things. Anyway, excuse me. Yeah, it's been 2 years since the last interview. You're right. It was in March of 2020. I looked it up earlier today. That's yeah. It was in the old studio. I thought I interviewed you in this studio, but I think what I remember.
No, it was the old one.
Yeah. What I remember is you have been in here once. I was doing something, like I was showing, I don't know, early this year somebody, and then you came in and you're doing your bits. I remember that. So that's why I got
I think
confused.
the first time I came in here was when you was the beta testing it. I think
Yeah.
the first time we've been there.
Yeah. I was doing a lot of stress tests in this world early this year, early this year and last year and stuff like that, because I wanted to figure out if this world is optimized, if it's lagging, stuff like that. It's pretty optimized. It's basically as good as I can get it, essentially, with all the coding in it and the lighting and all that jazz. So yeah, it's been a long time. So how do you feel being back on the show, like literally 2.5 years later? You even had a new avatar too, like this new, the older one was, I think, the Lara one, 121. I think that was the model he had at the time.
Yeah. Lara made my last one, and this one was designed by Maddie MT, and I modeled it myself. So.
Okay.
A lot of things can change in 2 years. I learned how to make my own stuff from scratch, like what you see from my streams and videos. I post.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's actually one of my questions. That's a nice segue. But how's your skills adapted and evolved over time? Like, obviously it's been 2.5 years since I've at least interviewed you, but obviously you've learned a lot. So does that mean you spend a lot of time in Blender and Unity, art, texturing, Substance Painter, all that stuff?
Yeah, I'm still actually learning to this day. It's just I just learn as I go along, and I know people just say to me, "Oh, you make things so quick. How do you do that so fast?" I was like, I just do it, and it just like a few hours is done. I just
Yeah.
I just can't believe my own speed making things, because there was like a thing that came out like a day before, and I'd make it instantly the next day. It's like, and people look at me like, that was fast.
Yeah, damn. I mean, it's all repetition, right? If you keep practicing and get better at it, like, I don't want to take up too much time of me answering the question in a way, but like, I don't really do a lot of model stuff. I pay people to do the Blender stuff, which I probably should learn myself, but I have this whole fucking thing to run here, unfortunately, so I have a lot of stuff to do. But last couple of days, I sat down and did a bunch of Unity toggles and like learning more about Unity and setting up a bunch of animations and stuff like that. It was actually, I don't know, it was exciting, like sitting down and like learning and be like, oh, that doesn't work. Oh, I finally got it. I got it, dude. Like I understand why that works now. So yeah.
Once you figure out a thing and you're like, oh, I know how to do the thing. I can do it a lot easier now.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was speed running. Like I had a bunch of sub menus on this avatar, and it was like boom, 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 and I was like, wait, how do I loop this animation? Oh, I click this button. Okay, that's looping it. Oh, sick. oh, like I put like 155 parameters on this avatar working.
What, this one alone?
No. It's one that's not for stream. Let's just say that. It's for those good photo shoots. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm putting a lot of work into it. Yeah, a lot of practice. Yeah. That's where I put all my brain cells. So, but anyway, I saw that earlier today that you actually were launching your merch store or merch launch. So where'd you get the idea for like doing a merch store and stuff?
Originally it was gonna be my goal for 200k on YouTube. So I was like, someone kept asking me, or a lot of people said, "Oh, you gonna do a merch store?" And I said, like, this was back when I had 100k. I was like, okay, we'll do it at 200k. And now that I reached it really, really quickly, I was like, okay, I just have to do it now. So I opened it, made like a garbage like mock-up commercial ad thing, a parody for it. If you search up on my Twitter and YouTube, is there? It's just, yeah.
No, I gotcha. I saw the video. You're selling like t-shirts and mugs. I saw that, and they're like something.
Yeah, just simple stuff for now. I don't want to put too much shit on there straight away.
No, I gotcha. No, I had merch at one point, but I'm a much smaller creator. I learned a valuable lesson. I lost a lot of money, unfortunately, on merch. But you have the community support you. Like I said, I think I should have done t-shirts and mugs and stickers. I think that was my mistake. I went into the deep end and started doing like body pillows and booba mouse pads. Yeah, the mouse pads with the boobs on them. And I didn't make my investment back. I lost a lot of money on them, so it was a big mistake, but I learned, you know?
We'll just hopefully it will go well. That's
yeah. I mean, one day you can always get other things. You can always expand upon. Like right now, you have like mugs, but you can always get like plushies like this. You know, I don't have one of these plushies, but maybe one day I'll get one of these made, sell them or something like that. A little CyberChimp plushie. That'd be pretty sick.
I think it's like with the plushie deal, it has to sell a certain amount, or else it doesn't get released publicly, or something like that.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sure like Lola did something with that, but the next succeeded.
Yeah, that's how most people do it. It's GoFundMe pages or Kickstarters, where essentially the product will not be released or even created until a threshold is reached. I didn't do that. I paid upfront to have the avatar, or not the avatar, sorry. The mouse pads and the body pillow created, and then they would just make them as people would buy them. I had like 50 people say, you know, oh, I'm gonna buy a mouse pad, oh, I'm gonna buy a body pillow, but when they were actually made and I sent them the links, they're like, never mind. I was just like, oh, well, shit. I thought like 50 are gonna sell, and only 2 of them, so I lost a lot of. So yes, it would be better if I had like a fund like that, where essentially you have to put in $30. And then you get the item when it, you know, reaches the goal. That's a little bit smarter, yeah. I learned, you know, like I said.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take it slow. It's opening day, so don't expect like amazing things. Just yeah.
Oh, of course. So my next question is, I want to ask is, have you ever surprised or scared someone that they passed out or hurt themselves? Has that ever happened to you?
Yes. So many times I made people like knock themselves out, falling over. I'm trying to think what else there was. Yeah, I don't know. I just scared someone so bad they just completely fallen over, whacked into a wall, Meloetta. But yeah, that's certain moth that hurts themselves all the time. I think you know who.
That's crazy though. That's always something I've always like was worried about, is like people passing out. Like they get so scared they'll just like pass out and fall over. You know?
I had like one of those moments where it sort of happened, but not at the same time. I'm not sure if they were acting until they like it was like sort of, but not. But they were just like, what do you do? But there's sometimes you got to be extra careful who you get, because you know some people can like conditions where they like if I don't want to scare someone, they're like oh they're dead. Shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Some people have
you got to be extra careful what you do.
Yeah, some people have like weak hearts, so they'd be like oh shit, and like, you know, kick the bucket because you scared them so hard. They like, you know. But at that point, I feel like as a streamer, speaking for you, as in like someone that does a lot of like meme avatars and stuff like that, I guess you would have like people that you know that are okay with being scared or being surprised or laughing. So you have like probably a group list of like a general list of people that are like, yeah, this person's like fine. This is not someone who's gonna, you know, I don't know, hurt themselves.
I just like I remember off my head. So I just see a face and like, oh, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You're a bit, you're a bit. It's just It's just like once they told me once, that it's always carved into my brain.
Makes sense.
Pretty much instantly.
That's interesting. Yeah, you just remember. I'm more of an organized person, so I would literally just use the friend group system and just favorite, and then like put like name it like people I can scare, and just like be like, oh, they're on join right now, dude. Just look. You know, just hop around, but
let me just hide while I load in, and then boo.
Yeah. Have you ever had the opposite happen where you tried to scare someone or surprise someone, and some people are just like, whatever, like who cares? You're just like, bro, what is this?
Oh yeah, a lot. There is a lot of people. I still attempt to do it to this very day. I got close many times. It's just about the timing and the right place. I got someone who said they were like, "Oh, you will never get me," but I eventually did.
Damn. So do you take that? Do you take that as a challenge sometimes, where someone's like, "Yeah, you'll never scare me," and then you're like, "Oh, just wait someday."
Yeah. Well, if you just ask me, then like, it's unexpected.
Well, absolutely. It makes it more interesting. It's kind of like a challenge, a game, so to speak. They're like, "Oh, I'll get you someday," you know. It seems like it's rough, like what I said earlier about like some people not reacting because you're like, ah, shit, like you spent a lot of time on something and you want to like make a reaction out of somebody and then it just falls flat. Like, what do you do normally? Do you just like immediately go like, all right, join somebody else, try someone else, different avatar, or do you just give up?
I got like over like almost 1,000 avatars, so like, oh, if that doesn't work, I just got a whole library of it. It's like, oh, I do have like some days where like I make something new and it doesn't get the reaction I thought would get. Just like, okay, this avatar failed, whatever, we're gonna go to the next one.
Yeah, back to the drawing board.
There's always something that is situational for everything. So people say like, you got an avatar for everything. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Every situation.
Do you use the wings? What I mean by that is like, do you favorite your own avatars so you can quickly be like, oh, these are the 10 avatars that are probably gonna be used today, or just go for your list like this?
No, I'm just when it comes to the streams, I am very disorganized. I'm just there for like 20 minutes, But before, like when you scroll, it used to be sideways, now it's up and down. So when the new menu came out, when the first new menu came out, it was on. Yeah, I was like, before it used to be, like this. Look at the chat. But now it's like, someone made a joke. I was like this.
Oh shit! What are you doing? Damn, you're getting really excited.
And so I was like, "Are you jerking?" And someone came up to me and was like, "Are you jerking off?" I was like, "Nope." I'm scrolling through the menu. Devs did that on purpose. I know you did.
Yeah. They wanted to expose everyone for what they're doing, being sus. I'm surprised by that. You just sort of that you don't use the wings and stuff. Because I thought like maybe it's just because personal preference. Some people like the chaos and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm a very organized person, so I cross all my T's, dot all my I's, and like make sure everything's good. So if I was making meme avatars, I would like literally prep like an hour before stream and be like, all right, I'm gonna use these 20 avatars, favor them. All right, I'm gonna like switch like just like on the fly like that. Boom, boom, boom. Because if VRChat allows me to do that, I'm gonna take advantage of it. So there's less downtime. But that's just me though. Like obviously you have your own method to your madness. Anyway,
just make it up as you go along. That's the best way.
Oh, of course. Well, I could say one last thing about this like subject or topic. There's a lot of different types of people in the world, and I've always I've always been someone that does a lot better when it comes to an organized event, like the showcase I did on the 23rd. That was 2 months of planning. That wasn't like I just thought that up like yesterday. I was, yeah, I'm just gonna do this thing and wing it, dude. Like what I'm trying to say is that there's people that are very good at improv, like spur in the moment. And then there's people that have to spend a lot of time organizing an event, you know, making sure everything goes well. So there's two types of content. I would say if you really want to boil it down, either improv or organized. I'm more of an organized person, and I would take it you're more of like an improv type of like, oh, I just see the reaction or like see the moment and you take advantage. You'd be like, oh, I got to do this moment, got to do this thing, you know, see where life goes.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically my shtick.
I gotcha. What's the most complex avatar you made for a gag that you enjoyed, if you can remember in the recent time?
Enjoyed or pain in the ass?
well, I guess, you know, I don't know. It's up to you how you want to answer that. Do you want
to? There's usually like some stuff that I make it's like going through like the dark side of coding in Unity, where it's like layers and long layers.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, that's what, when it gets to projects like that would just take me a long time. Usually I get help from some other creators like Wingman. You know who Wingman is? The personality raccoon, I should say.
Yeah.
But he knows a lot of stuff when it comes to UD. When I say like, oh, can I have help with this thing quick? I'm confused. Can you come in and jump in and say, okay, yeah, sure. This, that, done. I was like, oh, okay. He's a wizard when it comes to UD side. I'm still learning. I'm still basic when it comes to stuff. But when it comes to complicated things, I like, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's shown. I did an animation showcase a couple months back, and he was part of it, showing off some of his stuff, and he's shown me some of his avatars in private many months ago, way before he even streamed. Actually, he showed me a bunch of stuff, and he definitely knows a lot more about Unity than most people do. A lot of interactions, which I guess you know, is a follow-up question. Basically, obviously VRChat has an integrated physics bones, and then you can actually have contacts and stuff. So have you enjoyed being able to use that as a VRChat feature? Like, what I mean by, if you don't know what contacts are for people out there listening or in the future watching on YouTube, what a contact avatar means is essentially I can interact with, like, I can grab like a string or boop his nose or something like that. That's what a contact is, essentially.
Yeah, I can say I had a lot of fun with that day one. Like, speaking of boops, I just actually, the first avatar I made with that, when that system came out, I just had like a no boop sign pointing at me, so people just boop my nose and just it makes a squeaky noise, and then if they press it too many times, my head blows up.
Oh, snap. Was it a random amount,
so, yeah,
or was it predetermined?
Predetermined, yeah.
Okay.
So I just switched it. So, oh, it was new, so I was like, okay, I'll just switch it to that one. Then,
okay.
Then it activates that one. Like, the most fun I probably had with it is with the Fizzbones. Now you can drop items and people can pick it up themselves. Like, they can interact with, like, any object you place down. They go, oh, I can grab this. I can push this button, or I can pull this, push that. Switch this thing. Like, you can actually, I seen like someone made a whole, like, if anyone played the FNAF VR, where you can, you know, when the parts in one, when you have to move the eye, put it in there, put the eye in there, open, press these buttons, trim the guitar. Like, someone made a full avatar based on that system, and it's like completely one-to-one remake of it into it. Like, it's like you're actually playing the game.
Even if you
it was
screw it
so
up
good,
and you get jump scared.
Yeah, even if you screw it up, you get jump scares. It's like a one-to-one recreation of that style
That's
game.
impressive. Yeah, bringing ideas to VRChat. I always thought that was cool. Like you said, props is a huge one. Like, if you've seen people obviously with like hammers and bats, and they just drop them like, here you go, and you'd be like, oh, sick. I'm sure someone has done it before, but the one thing I wanted to see was have like two people drop like lightsabers and then like they actually collide with each other and like be like and like, you know, just pick it up like anybody to start like, you know, basically role playing Star Wars. I'm sure it's been
I've
made.
seen some that do that before. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of interesting things. I wonder how advanced can you get with it? Like, can you like drop a car and just drive a car like straight up, like press the gas with your actual
Probably
foot?
not. Probably best you can do is just put it down, and you can just interact with like the steering wheel, just make it
Okay.
turn, push the pedals with like you put a contact
Yeah,
on your
yeah,
foot, you
yeah.
can push the pedals, and
Like
you
a
can make
demo
a
car.
vroom vroom like that. Yeah.
Maybe for the future. Maybe that's maybe it's like a world OSC thing. Cause there's a OSC
It's
with
kind of
avatars now. Excuse me.
There was a few driving modes that actually can do that, where you have to physically push down the levers and
Mhm.
all the switches to it do it works just like a real car.
Yeah, there's a lot of things coming to the future. Have you this is like a side question. Have you ever tried any other like social games besides VRChat?
No,
No? Not even once.
no, I haven't.
Never. Okay.
No.
Okay, I just asked that question because I'm always generally curious what's else out there, and Neos VR and the Chill Out VR are the ones that have some potential, at least in the features they have. So Chill Out VR has a feature called props, where essentially you have a world upload, an avatar upload, and then a prop upload, and it allows you to basically spawn props in any world, anywhere you want. So you can spawn like a pen, and you're like, here you go. You know, instead of adding a pen to the actual avatar and having to do it like that, which most people do, right? Mutes and stuff. You can actually just spawn it for anybody and interact with it. The reason why I think that's an interesting concept is because some guy literally spawned a car in Chill VR and was like, here's a car, go drive it. I was like, what? So I just jumped in and started driving like this and hit the gas brake gas pedal and drove around.
Devs take notes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people might be like, that's copying, but I mean, great minds think alike. So I always think something like that. I would like that.
Nothing's
to be a feature.
original anymore. Stuff is taken from other things.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
once someone's like done it and popularized it, someone's gonna probably take oh, that's an idea. Maybe we'll put it in there. Like,
Yeah, it was a fun time. I didn't stream it. I did this all off stream, but like some guy even like dropped a wheelchair and you can just sit in it and like someone could push you around. It was pretty funny.
you can technically do. You can actually do that now if it's set up right. You can just put a chair down and someone like, oh, you can grab it, push it around
Yeah.
a certain way. It's possible, but it's just the setup is complicated.
Yeah, right now you have to put it on your actual avatar. Well, this method for Chill VR is not on your avatar. It's a separate upload where you can just kind of spawn in anywhere regardless of the avatar you're in, which makes it a little bit more easier.
Or kind of like Gmod where you just dump it in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah, that's literally how it was. Like, literally, some dude's like, "Yo, here you go. Here's a go-kart." I was like, "All right, sick, bro." Like, they spawned a prop in front of me, or like someone spawned like Nerf guns, and they were like, "All right, here's a bunch of like." It was literally like they like copy and paste like 6 Nerf guns. All right, here you go. Boom, go crazy. I was like, "Oh, that's sick."
Just like Gmod.
Yeah, it was literally emulating Gmod, and I thought that was cool. Like, I think that as a potential. For VR chat, if they want to do that, probably not the end of this year, but probably like maybe 2023. Come on, devs, please, because I think someone like yourself would enjoy that. Like, I think, or think of it like you downloaded a prefab, and the prefab is just a marker. So instead of having to constantly, do all the 3.0 toggles, just have a marker or something like that. You just have it download to your account, and you're like, oh, I always have a pen, so I can spawn a pen anywhere, or a ruler, or I don't know, whatever props you require or need, or a flashlight.
That would make it so much easier. Just like put in the SDK, like, oh, objects, I don't know, gun, flashlight,
Yeah.
pen,
Whatever. Sword.
certain wink nudge toggles.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I think that'd be huge because I have some avatars with flashlights on them for spooky maps. And obviously some maps don't like that, but some do, or sometimes it's so fucking dark I can't see shit anyway. So I add like a flashlight to my avatar, but now it's on my avatar, makes it unoptimized, makes it poor, makes it, all that stuff. So rather than keep adding it to the same avatar, I could just have it to the prop list. And now, I can spawn a flashlight and anybody can use it, not just me. I can be like, here's a flashlight, dude. I think stuff like that generally just improves the game. It could be anything. It could be a computer. Maybe some people can take it to the next level and spawn like a PS1 or something like that, and they put like a game on it, and you're playing I don't know, N64 and play some Mario 64 or some shit. I don't know.
There is some worlds where you can like full on arcade games now where you can play.
Yeah. I've been to some of those worlds.
Like, it's getting crazy what some creators are getting into now. It's like, oh, here's a functioning arcade now. It's like, what?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
It was interesting. I'll just say one last thing about like the prop system I saw from Chill Out. Someone spawned the Chug Jug from COD Zombies. And it was a Juggernaut, and it was just a vending machine, like literally in like the near map. It was just right there. I was like, what the hell? I was like, this ain't here normally. He's like, no, I spawned that. He's like, you want a drink? And he like spawns in, it does like the jingles and everything. He's like, here you go. And I drunked it. He's like, ugh. And it puts on my screen like I don't actually have it, but it was like kind of like immersion. Oh, you have Juggernaut now. I was like, oh, what the hell? I was like, that's kind of sick.
Like the icons pop up on your screen.
Yeah. And then you just hear the COD Zombies screech. You'd be like, oh shit, wave one? What the? Stuff like that, I think is the more future of VR chat, and I think that'd be a huge addition to VR chat. I think one thing to add on to that's long overdue that I should probably mention to the devs. I'm sure people have mentioned it, but I think they should redo the way you upload avatars. And what I mean by that is right now there's like 4 little subcategories below an avatar you upload. It'll say like gore, nudity, and then I can't remember what the other one is, adult or something. I can't remember. It has like 4 like little like boxes, and nobody uses them. Not as because it doesn't require you to even check boxes.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Those boxes do not matter. No, I haven't met anyone who actually ticks those boxes.
That's right.
No one uses it. It's pointless.
So I think they should because that's been around since I've been playing the game for almost 5 years, and it's never been used. The only thing that's important is public or private, and that's it. So I think they should redo that whole system there and then have it attached to maybe the security system. Now, some people may not agree with it. Some people do. What I mean by that is, let's say you tagged your avatar. Again, maybe this is a Chill VR idea, but essentially, if you didn't know, when you upload an avatar in Chill VR, it actually, when you upload it, public or private, then it has like this fucking massive list of like 100 things. It'll be like, is your avatar loud? Is your avatar a meme? Is it small? Is it big? Is it gore? Is it mature? Is it suggestive? Is it hypnotic or like, seizure inducing? And you're like, what the hell? Why is there like 100 buttons here? Like, what the But the point of that is that if you actually use the tags properly and you get into the game, then it adds another menu where you can actually block or hide specific avatars based off of those categories. So if, like, let's say, I don't know, you don't like weapons or something, then it'll block anything that's related to a weapon or a gun or scary because you have a weak heart or seizures or whatever. So I thought that was an interesting idea. That I think they should revamp.
Doesn't have it, just 2 boxes.
Yeah, 2 boxes that nobody uses. So because people are always like, well, I only want to see certain things, and you can make it so, well, oh, this person's avatar is blocked. Why is that? And you can check and be like, oh, the reason why their avatar is blocked is because it's literally just nudity, or B, oh, it's because it's has gore on it, and you're like, oh, I don't want to see that. Now, obviously, this also depends on the player actually using the tag system, because you don't have to. You can just say, fuck you, and just don't use the tags. But because Chill VR is obviously a lot smaller, they can police that easier. So obviously, like, Joe Smo thinks he's cool, they're just going to ban you and say, fix your avatar or get out. So maybe that's why they don't have it in VR chat. But it would be cool, at least if they attempt to make that a thing.
Maybe we'll see, but
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah. My next question is: have you done any OSC related stuff with your avatar? Looking forward. Oh, sorry. Let's get for that part first. Sorry, I was reading ahead. Have you done any OSC related stuff with your avatars?
No, never touched. No.
Oh yeah. Do you have any plans?
Again, that's like that's like the deep coding type thing. That's like programmer type level things. Like I looked at it like how it was done. I was like, I looked at it, I was like, no, no, not for me.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do it
That just,
myself either. That's like way out of my scope. I would hire an actual programmer to do it. My idea was to just do like Twitch stuff. So if like someone gave like a sub, then something would happen, like hearts would appear on my avatar or some shit like that. That's what I would see OSC being
usually
used
there's
for.
like prefabs that you can just simply just dump on your avatar and then call it a day, like just to make it easier for people. But I've seen people like just like, oh, this certain thing on my avatar can like do something in my like in my chat or something, or chat can turn on this toggle, blah. But like,
Yeah,
I don't know
change
how
my
it
hair.
works.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
just
yeah,
never,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never touched any of that.
Yeah, that's right. So, but there's also other applications that are unrelated to Twitch. So, for example, some people use OSC to literally enable eye tracking and face tracking. That's how people do it. And then they add the OSC smoothing, so then it actually doesn't look like shit. So, some people use OSC for that reason, just to have face and eye tracking. And it's kind of cool when you see it. You're like, whoa, what the heck? Like, you can see their eyeballs looking around and where they're looking at, and you know, their tongue sticking it out or whatever. The only thing I can think of OSC that was pretty interesting, actually two examples. One of them was a friend of mine who's a DJ, and they had it so they had an additional microphone like basically attached to their nose, and essentially every time they would breathe in and out, like breathing, right? In real life, you know, your stomach extends and decompresses, right? That's how real life works, if you didn't know. Whoa. But they added that on their avatar. So, like, every time they would breathe in real life, their avatar would breathe. Which I know it sounds like a weird little side thing, but it was kind of cool to see that. You know, someone, you know, adding that toggle. And I was like, wait, you're breathing. And I could see their stomach expanding and, you know, compressing with every breath that they do in real life. And then the other idea I saw was with Catgirl Eddie's avatar, which was demonstrated on Rob's stream. Super advanced shit. Like, essentially, they're like an android or a robot, and anyone could just walk up to them, well, within permission, and take out their core, and it makes them ragdoll. But then you take their core and you put into a computer console that they spawn, and then you can actually control them. Like, you can pop their arms off. Their arms will just fall off, or their legs, or you can actually... yeah. Like, it was all on stream. I was, like, blown away. Then there's, like, a joystick, and you can grab the joystick, and wherever you move it, it moves their avatar. So their avatar would just be walking, you know, however you do the joystick. And then and then it had even more features. Like, you can make them deaf. So you press, like, toggle ears, and it makes them deaf. Like, they can't actually hear anymore. Like, it just turns off audio. And they're just like... What? And they can turn on blind mode, and it makes it, because they're an android, so their eyes like go dark and they can't see, and then like literally it makes them blind. So I was just like, holy shit.
Basically, it's just like, hey, I'm just gonna fuck with you for a minute.
yeah.
That's probably like very complex and heavily coded.
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
To perfection.
They're
probably seeing that Unity project is gonna probably make someone cry. But like me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they stream doing coding all the time, so they're like a programmer. That's like their job. I think they're in university or something, like learning. But yeah, that just demonstrates like how far you can really go with OSC if you have the technical knowledge, which people are excited for, or B, you commission someone to do stuff like that. I don't know. It's just really cool. Like, you could do that with an avatar. You could probably do it with a car or a prop or something. I don't know. There's a lot of, you know, implications you can do.
With enough time, you can actually make everything. Like, again, with that FNAF avatar I mentioned.
Yeah.
Like, with enough time, you can actually just recreate, like, games one-to-one.
Oh, yeah.
On an avatar.
Yeah, that's, I think... that's like the next big step. Like, you're just chilling, and then out of nowhere, like COD Zombies or FNAF just starts happening. You're like, what the fuck? Like, you just drop the whole FNAF thing. Oh, look, cameras, and you're just like, huh? You're just like, what's happening? So I think that's the future. I just, obviously, it's going to take time for people to learn OSC and, you know, take the time and effort, because yeah, that's probably...
Can someone code Doom into VR chat into an avatar?
Oh, into an avatar?
Doom on an avatar, like...
I'm sure it already exists in
someone
VR
in
chat
the
as a
chat.
world, but not as an avatar.
No, I mean, like, yeah, like the whole game on an avatar, we have to actually spawn a controller and play it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Like, cause like, you know that the whole meme is like Doom can be played on anything.
Yeah. I think because that's like the follow-up question I had to the OSC thing was like looking forward to OSC World. So if those people don't know, OSC is only available on avatars. Eventually, whenever it happens, 2023, I don't know, 2025 at this point, they're gonna add OSC to Worlds. And what that means is that, you know, if you were to type something in chat, it would then affect the world. So for example, like right now, most people who stream, right, use Access Overlay or Over or Drop to like see their chat, right? So imagine on this TV that's in front of us, right? Imagine I can just spawn chat right there. You can't do that right now. That's not a thing because they don't allow for that. The only way to do that is to put on a video player, and you would have to have someone streaming my Twitch chat on a video player and then put the video player in there, which is a very jank solution. But if OSC World was to come out, I could actually just pop out Twitch chat right there, like a live feed. For example, that's like a very basic idea.
But right now you just have it in front of you here.
That's right. But that's just like a level of immersion that you could do, or other things. I don't know. There's so many possibilities of OSC World. Some people are talking about like RPG elements you could add to a world. You know, like having persistent money. So like I don't know, like playing like GTA in VR chat or something like that. And you rob someone and you take their money and then you leave the world and come back and you have the same cash. It doesn't reset. Or like a banking system, or you know, or buying avatars.
There's some worlds that actually do that.
Yeah.
Buying it.
I think I think the big I was talking to Castle, who also helped build this world for me, but he's a big programmer, and him and I were having this big conversation about it, OSC World, and he thinks it would actually drastically change VR chat for the better if programmers like him know what to do. And you could literally, you know, go to like, instead of like when you go to VCAT, right, you go and buy avatars, you have to like open up a web page and then do all that shit. Well, with OSC World OSC, you can actually make it a lot easier. So you just literally, it was just like automatically just, you know, boom, you just buy it. Oh shit, now I have the avatar. Like it just makes everything more seamless and more easier to incorporate.
Just click and done, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it with that question. My next one is, how do you feel about your community currently on Twitch and on YouTube?
It's it's amazing. Like every day it's just getting bigger and bigger. I'm always seeing new faces. Every month I'm doing sub meetups where we just bring a lot of people in, and then just they're all excited to see me. It's like, oh, I love your stuff, love your stuff. Like people come to me every day. Oh, you inspire me to do this. Like you actually, like you helped me through bad days. I was like, oh, it hurts. It hurts sometimes, but.
Yeah, I imagine
there's actually people out there who actually enjoy my goofy silliness.
Oh, of course. I mean, you know, it must feel, you know, amazing to actually see people in, you know, the people that you affect with avatars or make them happy or laugh, and then getting to meet them in game at a sub hangout and being able to see that person and be like, hey man, what's up, dude? Oh, you're, you know, longtime supporter, or like, dude, I've been watching you since you had like 2 viewers, dude. Yeah, I've been killing it. You know, make me happy. Yeah. So I imagine that's a good feeling to have. So my next question is, where'd you come up with ideas for avatars or animations? You know, is this just something you just see that's like trending on Twitter? Like, do you have a process, or do you just swing it and be like, I guess this is funny?
I just watch a bunch of videos, see what's popping up on trending, and if I just find something that makes me laugh, or if they say, okay, that will be good. But sometimes I'm just like struggling because some days like, oh, I can't find anything. There's nothing to make. But sometimes like, oh, I could just make something, a quick, crappy thing I can make in 20 minutes. There you go, done. But just sometimes that's what like I always urge my viewership to use my suggestion box in my Discord. Like, help me, I need help. That's what it's for. If you want to see stuff, if you want to keep the channel growing and alive, like suggestions actually really does help out to, as I keep things alive. Because some days it could be very difficult to, you know, make stuff. It's super frustrating. It's like, oh, I need something done, but yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, you have an actual submission in your Discord where people can actually submit ideas. Do you get a lot of your ideas from there, or is it kind of hit or miss?
Yeah, 50-50. Most of the time it's from the suggestions. Yeah.
Okay. So people are like, "Hey, Chainsaw Man's coming out. Make that Chainsaw Man avatar," and you're like, "Okay," and then you did.
Done.
Yeah.
And I
Makes
did.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The same day after. I watched it, loved the show, and okay, drain to Blender, done.
How often do you make avatars based off of your friends? Like, do you make a lot of avatars based off of like your friends you see a lot in VR chat, and then obviously, or is it more just?
Before I made this one, it used to be every few weeks I make a parody of someone, but then like I just lost interest in that because people kept requesting, oh, make this person, make that person,
okay.
make a
Yeah,
gross
yeah.
version of this person. I was like, it's just like they keep requesting. It's just like, okay, this is getting annoying. I'm not gonna do it if you just keep asking.
Yeah, more.
But eventually, I'm just like, it's getting like the request
Yeah,
is
yeah.
getting too much. I was like, fine, I'll do it. Here you go. Shut up. And then you move on to the next trending thing. So and then he'll ask it again and again and again. Like, oh, make this, do this,
man.
do this, do this. It's like it's just a never-ending loop of like requests to do things. It's just like you gotta like bite the balls and do it.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes. Like in the earlier times when I was doing interviews, people were like, "When are you gonna interview this guy?" I was like, "Oh my god, dude! Like, relax." And then eventually I do it, and they're like, "Oh, okay, thanks. So when are you gonna interview me?" And I'm like, I was just like, I'm gonna have a heart attack at this point. So I get that feeling where people always request things, and then you feel obligated that you have to do it, and then when you do it, then they keep demanding more and more. It's like you give them an inch, they take a mile. If you ever heard of that expression, basically they'll just keep doing it indefinitely. So I made the decision to stop taking. I mean, I still take some suggestions, but most of it's just my own opinions and who I want to interview and things like that, so I don't go insane. So next question, or follow up with the Avatar one, animation one. Is it a struggle to come up with original ideas or avatars?
Sometimes I rarely hardly make original things anymore. It's always suggestions that people ask me. So I just ask like on the streams like, oh, should I add this onto this? Should I add that? And people's like half the times like yes. And like so usually when I'm on like stream or anything, I just make it up. Go, oh, what if I add this? Like people should when I'm working in my Discord, I was like, oh,
good work.
put this on. It'll be really good. Like, oh yeah,
Thanks for 100 bits.
when did I not think of that?
Yeah, it can be tough. So when you stream, do you often talk to chat, or is chat kind of in the back burner while you're doing your bits?
Sometimes when I'm in like performance mode, is like I always zone. I was like, oh, I got this to interactive. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm in the zone. That's half the time. Like I keep forgetting. I just feel bad. Like that. Oh, I need to be talking to them, but no. But I'm like I got people like so many people in front of me. It was like so many people there, so many people on there. Like just balancing. Like, there's just too much stuff going on at the same time.
Oh, I can imagine it being difficult. The only time I can think of.
It's chaos.
Yeah, is it getting close? I can tell you. 8 minutes, dog. Sorry, he's asking me when the ad break's gonna happen. Yeah, it can get tough. Like for example, I'm doing an interview right now. Obviously, people are typing in chat, and obviously, I can't be like, "Yo, what's up, chat? Yo, thanks, bro." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in focus mode. I'm focusing on you. I'm giving my full attention. Obviously, it's the same thing when I used to roleplay for 3 years, doing 3 seasons of Neon Divide. Chat was always in the back of my mind. I was there to roleplay and interact. I can't just constantly be like mid conversation of like a serious moment be like, "Yeah, thanks for the sub, bro," even if I was muted, because they're gonna be like, "Why is this guy looking at his hand, bro? Like someone's dying." In RP.
Break commercials.
Yeah.
So, oh my god, oh Deb, oh look, someone's dying. Yo, thanks for the bits, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it feels sometimes. But anyway, what is something your community doesn't know about you that you're willing to share during this interview?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't have
I'm
any
short.
secrets? You're short IRL? How short we talking?
Yeah. 5'3". I'm a little baby.
Okay, so here's a follow-up question to that. Normally, people I meet that are short in real life, they're often a lot taller in game. So like a lot of people are like 5'3" or 4" or whatever. You usually play avatars you're like 6 foot, 7 foot, and then you know what I mean. Like it's the opposite. If you're really tall in real life, people play really short avatars. Is that the same for you?
Yeah, I kind of see that. Like, I see people who are really tall and use like really tiny avatars,
Yeah, yeah.
and then with people who's like short like me, like, oh, I want to be tall. I want to stand over people. So because I'm too used every time like in the real world, I'm just always looking up at people. So I want to actually look down at people. It's like, oh, this is what it's like to be a big person.
Exactly.
It's like,
Matter of perspective. Yeah. No, I feel that. It makes sense.
And then with people who's really tall, oh, I want to be short. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I feel like it's a rare thing you can see in VR chat because a lot of games don't do that. Like a lot of games are just predetermined height, and that's pretty much it. You see is what you get. I think for some people, Bone Lab. I don't know if have you played Bone Lab.
No.
No.
I've seen people play it.
Yeah, basically.
It's just the game Gmod VR.
Yeah, but it had an interesting element where you can change avatars in real time. So it's kind of like a Ben 10 thing where you just like pull up your wrist like this and you slap it down and you really switch avatars, which obviously is a very VR chat thing to do. But what made it interesting was each avatar you picked had different abilities and height and strength. So like if you're like the really tall guy, then you can like grab like really far away because you have really big arms, and then your perspective like you grab like the 8K and the gun's like a toy gun. But if you play as like the anime girl, like the gun's like massive in your hands and so big that you're trying to shoot it, it's like super recoil as if like real life. So it's an interesting dynamic with avatar height and stuff like that.
Now that the avatar resizes, I think anyone could be any height. Like it can be like, someone can be like towards this room, like the head would touch the ceiling, or they can just be like all the way down here.
Yep.
You showed me how. You showed me like that one of your avatars how you can just go. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
It was originally a mod that some guy made, and then eventually ESC happened. But a dude came out a couple months ago and made it as a prefab that anyone can download to an avatar, and it just works. It actually uses OSC like slightly, but like you just turn it on and off. Like it only takes 5 seconds. Nothing like you have to write any code or anything. It's just a prefab. Touch to any avatar.
I wanted to do something with it, but I just don't know what to do with it yet. So I have it, but I just haven't done anything with it. It's just in my folder.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, are in my archives. So,
Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect because when you're changing your height or your size of your avatar, you don't see it until you restart OSC. So basically, everybody else will see you shrinking and increasing in real time, but you don't see that first person until you exit out and reset your avatar. Then you just teleport to that height, and then it just works. So it's not
you can't see. You just have to guess how big you are.
Yeah. It's kind of like you're guessing, but if you set it up right, you can like. The default is the max is 14 feet tall, but you can always make it less. You can make it so it goes to 500 feet. I did that before, or make it only goes to 2 feet, whatever you want. It's a very temporary solution. Even the devs of VRChat have talked about it and said that one day that feature will probably break, but I'm hoping that they add it natively to the game. Again, since you haven't played other social games, Neos VR actually had that as a native feature where you just go like this. Like if you pull out like this anywhere in any map in Neos, it makes your avatar bigger. If you keep doing this, you just keep expanding, and if you contract, you actually shrink. And you can go as small as you go and as large as you go. Any avatar at any time. And I thought that was really cool. Yeah, usually. So a lot of people are just like shrinking but a lot of people don't do that all the time. It's just kind of like a temp thing where like, oh, I want to be tiny or I want to be large. And then they also had the thing where we can actually hold on to players. So like I could grab your arm and then hold on to you, and I could be like Attack on Titans, but like I'm like a little anime person and you're like a giant CyberChimp, you know. So there's like, you know, a lot of things like that they did in Neil's. Again, I think that should be a feature in VR chat. A lot of interactions and things like that. Like they have interactions now of like haptic feedback and physics bones. You can like, you know, touch someone's hair or whatever. But I think you should be able to like grab, not like grab them, pull them. I think that's a little bit extreme, but maybe you should be able to like just hold on to them. And then if they're walking away, you kind of, I don't know, just little
Pull
things
them
like
back.
that. Yeah, or something like that. I don't know. A lot of people are like use very short avatars, so a lot of people like to climb people, right? So imagine if you could actually grab onto them and it holds onto them, and then they're moving around, and you know you don't have to use play space.
Yeah, like some certain worlds where certain worlds where you can just actually grab people and hold them.
Just
then you
Speed
just-
Club has
just throw
that,
'em.
and a few others have. That's a world thing, yeah. Which is the thing. Obviously, I'm just thinking of like it being global in any world. If you want to enable or disable that, because I combined with the scaling thing where I went really really big, and then people could actually climb me like a like climbing carnival. Yeah, it's like some boss battle. Yeah. Or like Monster Hunter. I never played Monster Hunter World, but you can also climb monsters, and I'm pretty sure you could like climb on and start shanking them when you're attacking dinosaurs or whatever.
I don't know. I never played it, but I've seen people play it. It's not my thing, but I feel, oh, this is interesting. But it's not my type.
Exactly. Let me see here. Oh, we're just about time for that ad break. Sick. Awesome. All right, we're gonna take a quick ad break. So, if you head to that thingamajiggy, I mean the Patreon ad, the last one, please and thank you. I'll pause my music. The ad will play for in the world and for people watching.
If it plays.
If it plays, I mean, he might have to
Should.
restart it.
No, it's not playing for me.
It's not playing for me.
Oh no.
I could probably
no.
do it. I can do it. Just let me do it. Because I'm the. Well, I got it.
No, it's just a slideshow. Oh no.
We got this, dude.
It broke.
Well, I'll reset it. Watch, it'll work now. Once I click it. Or just bust because the way VRChat works. It was working earlier.
We'll be back right after these messages.
Yeah, basically. Oh, now it's
There we
working.
go. There we are.
Yeah, apologies for that. I don't know, probably a sync issue. Alright, we'll take the ads are still gonna be playing for a couple minutes here. But we'll just put the camera back on us. Let me play music back. So I'll explain what those ads were, because we have to wait a few minutes anyway. I'll let you know when the ads are over on Twitch. But essentially, what those ads are attached to my Patreon. If you pledge at least $25 or $35, you can play a 15-second or 30-second ad, depending on $25 tier or $35 tier. And the first ad is actually from New Eden Interactive. They are a couple that work together, Odd Oni and Marina Dragonflame, and they own a Gumroad page. And essentially, they sell avatars. Just all the avatars that you saw are up for sale, and you can buy them. And also, they were at my Halloween showcase, so they had a Halloween avatar called Delora. That was a Lich Queen. It was really, really cool, really awesome. That's pretty much all I can say about that ad. And then the next one was Wolf Den 3D, which is No Fox Given and Zevi. They're also a couple that work together, and they also sell a lot of like monster girls and like avatars like that, and really, really cool. They had like a bunch, really, really cool avatars. Really, really awesome people. Again, they're also from my showcase. So really, really cool avatars. I definitely suggest checking them out. You know, if you're ever interested in an avatar, and they're definitely going to be there for my December one. I think both of those people, both of those couples, and they make a really, really a lot of cool stuff. So if you're ever interested, I would also like to mention that obviously the discount code is no longer active, but during the Halloween showcase, they actually had those avatars like on discount. So I'm assuming it's probably going to happen again this October, or sorry, not October, December. So if you're interested, hey, wait 2 months, and some of those avatars might be 20 or 30% off or something like that. So get them on a deal. And then the last ad was Mazan, who is a fellow streamer, and they're kind of like an Eltric monster type of thing. So they just wanted to showcase their Twitch and just a little like dance video. And a really, really cool person, big supporter. So I appreciate everybody for pledging to my Patreon. I apologize if the video was a bit laggy or sideshowy. I'll get that sorted. Sometimes I think it's just host connection and stuff like that. Like, it works on my end if I was in the world. Sometimes it's a little bit buggy, so I apologize. But yeah, let me double check if the ads are done or not, because Twitch will let me know.
It's done on my end.
Yeah. It says there's 35 seconds because I have it on this dashboard, so I'll just wait 30 seconds and then we'll resume. Because some people might already still see them, so just give it a little second. Like I said, I'll take a drink. Never know, you can always have a CyberChimp ad maybe one day if you want.
You can put my merch ad on there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to pay me though. Advertising expense right there.
Boy.
Tax write-off. I used to do accounting, kind of when I was in college, a little bit before COVID. So there's things actually called advertise expense, like that. It's a debit credit type of thing. Balance those, balance that stuff, man. That's what I used to do before, well, streaming more full time. But I don't know. We'll have to figure out if I go back to college or not. I have to pay for a year and a half left, or maybe I'll make it as a streamer. I don't know. Got my talk show going on. Anyway, I think the ads are all good to go. Apologize for anyone on Twitch. Obviously on YouTube, they don't see any of this stuff. They're just like, huh, what the hell? Skip 5 minutes. Anyway, back on track here. So just a quick reminder, if anyone's watching, please use the command in the chat, !questions. If you have any chat questions or audience questions for CyberChimp and myself, and !guests in the chat for know who the guest is, which is CyberChimp. So anyway, back on track here. How often do you go to clubs or events off stream not related to meme avatars? So like, how often do you just chill by yourself or just talk to friends and things like that?
Always after stream. Most of the time, like after stream, we're just like chilling or probably falling asleep almost instantly.
Okay.
So yeah, just chill out. That's usually my day. Wake up, make thing, stream, chill out for the rest of the night, or sleep. that's what I do. That's my everyday thing. Behind the scenes, you should say.
Mm. All right. Have you had anyone surprise you with an avatar or meme that you weren't expecting?
Oh yeah, all the time, every day. Like, there was one yesterday where they had like fusion between mocap and like, you know, doing it yourself. Like, there was like this really smooth transition, like why it was like acting out the thing, and then suddenly like a version of themselves with mocap will come behind them, and then like that the original one it was doing the thing will switch to a mocap version, and then they switch to the one that's behind them, like smoothly transition to it. Like, I just looked at like, hold on, which one was the real one? I was like, it was such a smooth transition. I just couldn't tell which one was which at all.
Damn, that's impressive.
It was so confusing.
Yeah, that sparks my memory here. Yeah, there are a few people that I've met that because I don't know if people knew this, but you can actually like mocap record animations. So some people record like makeshift like dances and stuff like that and make them as their own animations, lip sync, or like full-on performances, and then they'll play them in VR chat, and then they'll use them as sort of like a performance, and then halfway through they'll switch to their real selves, and you could, like you said, you could even tell if it was a real person or just a mocap animation or something like that.
Yeah, I do mocap myself from time to time, not as often as I used to, but I do pull them out sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a system or a way, like when you do lip sync, like, you know, do you have to? I'm assuming you don't have to manually animate every single Visine. I don't think so. Would you?
Before, like the old way of doing it, you have to animate like each mouth shape like frame by frame.
Oh my god.
Like you go for like
terrible.
a 2 minute. Like say if I want to say if I wanted to animate a song that's like 2 minutes long, it could take me all day. But now since like face capture is a thing, all I need to do is just sing it back in front of like an iPhone camera and it just records it onto Unity. I was like, oh, that was fast. That took me like, I don't know, 5 minutes to put together. Instead of like taking like hours and hours and hours. Like since that face tracking is now a thing, like making fast avatars has become a lot faster instead of wasting your time just animating your face. It's gone so much easier now.
Wow, that's good to know, because I'm more like, yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago, seeing an avatar that had like lip sync with an animation had to take a lot of time and effort to do, but it's a lot easier now.
Yeah, but now it's like oh, how long does it say? Oh, 5 minutes. It's like, what? But
I gotcha. The next question is, do you ever think you'll get to where you are today with streaming? Did you ever think, like, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, to be where you are
I did not expect it at all. I thought it was like, oh, it's not gonna go anywhere. Like 2 years later, I'm still here.
I gotcha. If you were to make a meme about my avatar personality, what would you do?
We'll make it you.
Yeah, like if you were to make a meme avatar about myself, what would you do? Like in terms of like what kind of like meme would you do with my avatar? That's what the question's more specifically about. This is a hypothetical question.
I don't know. Make a gross up version of you. Maybe that's how I usually make it.
Grossed out version.
When I make just like usually when I make parodies, I just make like I don't know a gross like horror parody of them. Like I made like many versions of
like
people.
A serial killer version.
That's how I usually do it.
Around and knife. I'm like, yeah, you want to interview? Start shanking people. What the fuck?
I was like, just like if I'm just stab people with a
I was
mic.
the reason why I asked that question is because I was looking at your top clips, and your top clip is an avatar you made of Drumsy 2 years ago, where he's like, I didn't shit myself, and he literally shot himself, like, you know, as an animation. Like you made him do that, so like.
And again, I made that on the same day he made that video as well on Twitter, and I just made it on the same day. I was like, here you go, something for me to do. Thanks, Drumsy, even though we don't interact. Thanks for the idea. Call me.
Yeah. The next question is, do you have any hobbies outside of your chat streaming? Like, what do you do in your spare time, if you have any?
And I don't really have like the much spare time as I used to. Most of the time, like I'm always working on the next project. Like right now, before I came on here, I was actually making something.
Oh.
About modeling something. I finished like the animation side comes later, so I am working on something for tomorrow. It depends what it is, how long it takes, really. Okay. It could take a day, took like a few hours, or an hour. It's depending how complex it is.
That's fair. What's your biggest compliment?
If you want to know what I'm working on,
go ahead.
If you want to know what I'm working on, just look at my Twitter. I posted like before I came on here.
Okay, I'm gonna take a little peek-see after this interview. What is the biggest compliment someone has given you about your streams or avatars? What is the biggest compliment? What's the biggest compliment someone has given you about your streams or avatars?
Again, like how fast I can put an avatar together, like the Chainsaw Man. I made it on like a day after I watched the episode. Like it's just people just complimenting on the speed and like how high quality my things are when in a short amount of time. Like I just look at like it's easy. Like, it's pretty simple.
I gotcha. Which which meme, new or old, you thought was the best that you've done and enjoyed the most doing?
Um, Probably recently my favorite one was the Simpsons clown bed that I made in the last video,
Okay.
where I can just like spawn in the bed and then it just like stands up,
Mm-hmm.
and then that really freaked people out. Yeah.
Okay. Any other older avatars, like from 2 or 3 years ago, you still think like that's like a solid? Like, ever thought about actually remaking a meme, like something you made like 2 years ago? Like I could do that better now. Like rebranding.
I actually done
yeah.
that a few times recently, where I went back to my old stuff. Like I scrolled back into my old ones, like that are really dated, and like, okay, this is shit. I can remaster that.
Yeah, remaster.
Like
yeah.
with the new, like with the tech that you can do today, like but back then, like like 2 years ago, it was very limited what you can do. This was before like 2.0, but when stuff you can do now, it's like, oh, this is really dated. I can make that better with the, like I said, the tech you do have now.
I gotcha. Do you have any plans for before the end of this year, or any goals?
Not really. I've already reached my goal. Like my goal was this year was to reach 100K, which I did actually beginning of this year. I don't know what my next goal is. Like now at the end of the year, I'm at 200K. Maybe 250 by the end of the year, so I can do that whole pyrocynical, that pyrocynical meme with like, oh, 250,000 subscribers, thanks guys. Yeah, that was like an old meme back in like 2015 days. That I can finally do it, because throughout my life I never had a subscriber count this high. It's usually like I've always been like around the 100, 200 range, and then when I did video chat, it was like up it goes.
I gotcha.
Why is it still going? Stop. Calm down.
That just means.
Who are you people?
More people like what you do and they want to support you and subscribe, and I think that's just natural progression. Some people have skyrocketed. Like there's some people that literally this year alone have like went from 1,000 subs to 1 million. Like everybody's at their own pace, So some people are just crazy, insane, and they make the right videos and the right analytics, and they write in the
Follow the trends.
Yeah, follow the trends and get into the algorithm, and YouTube likes them, type of stuff. It's like I've always said YouTube is like the lottery. Sometimes you buy a lottery ticket every day of your life, you'll never win, but some days maybe one guy just buys one random ticket and just wins. Like that's just how it is. You just get lucky, and sometimes you don't. The important thing is not to give up and to keep doing it. Even if it's just pumping out one video a day or every 3 days or once a week, if you're at least attempting to make a video or content, then you have a chance. Like every video is like that one lottery ticket. Think of it like that as an analogy. And the more lottery tickets you have, if it's, obviously there's a argument of quality and quantity and stuff like that. And obviously nowadays there's also shorts as well. Shorts have been taking over YouTube a lot extensively. Some people have gotten 1 million subs just by making shorts. Just being like 5 seconds of
the short TikTok meta.
Yeah,
that was a thing.
Oh yeah, TikTok's got the meta. Well, it's like originally I guess Vine, and then the TikTok and all that, and now YouTube has it. But a lot of people are doing all the YouTube stuff. Apparently, there's a bunch of like YouTube updates where if you get like a 30 million views in 90 days or some shit, they'll just give you a YouTube partner or something like that. So there's a bunch of stuff. Anyway, that's basically all the questions I have. But we're gonna start taking some chat questions, audience questions, stuff like that. But before I do you have any questions for me, CyberChimp? You don't have to if you don't want
to. I don't know. I'm not good with questions.
Okay, no worries. Like I said, I already have a couple audience questions here, or sorry. Twitch chat questions that are on this Google document. I take those ones first because those have been sitting there for the longest. So once I read these two questions, or unless there's more, if anyone in the audience specifically has a question, please let me know after that. Just like raise your hand or something. We'll get that sorted. And then we'll start taking questions from the chat if anybody has any questions. And then after that, we'll wrap it up. So
Talk.
Abyss 22 VR asked the question. Says, how did Chimp come up with his YouTube/Twitch channel name?
It was usually just a mixture of I like cybernetics. With the chimp part, I just went into the random like username generator. I was like, it came up like cyborg monkey. I was like, okay, okay, I'm gonna put that to the side, and then it just came through like the name generators, and like, I looked back at that one. I was like, hold on, I can make that a little better.
Yeah.
Then I just put those two together. I was like, oh, yeah, that's okay, I guess. And then when it came to design my avatar, then the original Lyra one, that's like, oh, this is a thing now. This is me. And then when Maddie MT designed this one, I was like, okay, perfect. This is my thing. Perfect with all the expressions. This is what I pictured myself to be represented at.
I gotcha. FaZe Daniel says, Chimp, how do you feel about the VR chat entertainer scene right now, and do you see the potential for future VR chat entertainers coming in for years to come?
Yes, I actually seen and actually brought a lot of people in. Was like said they were inspired by me or other creators. Like they come up to me on the stream. It's like, oh, I made this thing. You inspired me. I was like, okay, show me what you got. And they showed me, and they amazed me. It's like, I like that. Very nice. It's like sometimes some make something that's outclasses like all these other creators. It's like you're underrated. You need to get recognized. You need support. You need to get the recognition you deserve.
No, I agree 100%. I've had people say that about me when it comes to just streaming.
Go
ahead.
There are some creators out there that's completely unknown. Like there could be someone out there right now like that makes like amazing things, but just no one knows who they are until like someone randomly finds them. Like, yeah, who knows? Someone out there right now could be the next me or the next Lola. Like anyone really.
Yeah,
anyone out there can actually be the next big thing. It's just waiting for that discoverability. That's what happened to me. I just random discoveries, and like then people just kept recommending me to other people, and then climb the ladder.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like that's one of the reasons why I did my showcase on Halloween Avatar Showcase, because a lot of those people are not streamers. There are people that make avatars for a living, like to sell, and a lot of them are very unknown. So it was an opportunity for them to come on and be in front of, at the time, it was over 2,000 people watching that live on Twitch, and a lot of them made a lot of sales and business out of that, and now they're going to have, more popularity to make more avatars and have, I guess put a dent into the what avatars are like in VR chat, because a lot of people have like just the same avatars, but now they see, oh shit, this person made this avatar, maybe I should buy this or support them. So there's a lot of business out of that. And when I did the animation showcase a few months ago, I didn't know like anybody from that. I only knew Luna, and that was it. They're a roleplay streamer, but they make these massive animations I've never seen before. We're not talking about like memes. I think the only meme was maybe Wingman Draw that was there, but everybody else had like fucking Gundams and shit, and like massive like boss battles of health bars, and you stab them, and like it was like crazy like RPG stuff,
Again, like it's always the unknown people that has like the most complex, amazing things that you ever seen. Like again, like with like the FNAF one, I said like ages back.
Yeah,
because to this day that FNAF one still amazed me.
Oh, absolutely. I'm always impressed by seeing people. That's why I always make an effort to try and explore and talk to people and stuff like that. Like some people are very shy. That's also another thing. I have to like convince people to even show up for an interview or be on the showcase. There are some creators that are very, very shy. Like when I did the animation showcase, there's an individual that was very didn't want to participate at all, but they just wanted to show me stuff privately, like off stream, no recording, nothing, and stuff that would blow anyone's mind away, dude. It was insane. I can only can't even put words to even describe what I saw, but it was really well done. Avatars and animations that I could never show because I'm not allowed to, but like just really cool stuff. And you're right, there's plenty of people out there that are very talented, and you know, it's all about making connections and hopefully being in the right place at the right time. And you know,
they just need that push they need.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like I give people a chance. Like if someone wants to show me something, like okay, show me what you got.
Exactly.
Like you're in front of like a lot of people. Like if people like you, and I tell them tell them to check them out. I mean, it's just the little pushes that really helps people out, inspire people to make more. Like that happened to me. Like when someone discovered me, like I was like I said, the ladder climb. That's how you get somewhere. No.
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of people I interviewed were a lot smaller creators than me, and some of them are now you know, partnered streaming or even running their own shows. So it's all about you know, being there, just having a push of some kind. And that's why I do these showcases with avatar creators, because I think that's like a place that doesn't have a lot of exposure. Like you either put your avatar on Twitter or you maybe get on VCat, and that's about it. So I thought to myself, hey, I run a show here, I could have like a fashion show. Sure, it might not be for everybody, but it's a cool concept to have. And now people have a platform, in quotations, being my show here to demonstrate those avatars. And now, you know, we can impact VR chat and you know, how people create things and see people use them and buy them and stuff like that. Just something I wanted to do.
Yeah. They just need the foot through the door, and then there you go, you're on your journey.
That's right.
Have fun.
Do you have any questions? Anybody in the audience? Raise your hand if you have any questions. So I didn't. You go first. Oh, sorry. You have to put the camera on him and then amplify his voice. I forgot. There you go. You're amplified. What's your question?
All right. First off, CyberChimp. First of all, congratulations for being Vibe's top 100 global VR influencers for this year. From your initial expectation that you started streaming, what were your thoughts and feelings at how it turned out, especially now that you're now a global VR influencer?
I don't think I am still. That's my opinion. I don't think like it's cool that they put me on there, that they notice me. Like I don't know. Do I really deserve to be on there? I don't know. It's just. My mind said like, I'm not good enough to be on there. So there's other people that are miles better than me that could be on there. I just make the sillies on the internet. That's all I do.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, you were on the top Vive.
Thanks, Vive.
Influencers.
Vive creators. Yeah, I just look at it. Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
And then you just see all these other big people with like in the millions or 10 million sub rates. Like, oh. They're better than me. Why are you focusing on me? Like all the best people, top people are like up the further list. I'm just like down there. Yeah, but
I got you. Fallen, do you have a question? I saw your hand raised.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get the camera going here.
The question is, where do you see yourself from like 5 years from now? Like.
Okay, the question is again.
If VR chat still, if VR chat was is alive in 5 years.
Damn. Damn, dude.
Everything doesn't last forever. If it's alive, like, you know, anything can happen in 5 years. Like a whole community can die off in that quick. Who knows?
2027.
It depends really. If it's around. 2027 VR chat's still alive. VR chat in 2027. It'll be just like Ready Player One, where people have the you know, the treadmill thing.
Yeah.
That'll be us in 5 years. Like full haptic suits where it's easy to get haptic suits. You can actually anything from that movie will probably be a real thing in like that time.
Yeah, I could see stuff like that happening. It's I feel like there's a lot of advancements because I've been playing this game. In 2 months, will mark 5 years for me in VR chat, and I can tell you that 5 years, a lot has changed. A lot of stuff, man. Like 5 years ago, there was a podcast that existed, but it was not like this. Like it was like a fraction of this. Because it was SDK2 at that point, and barely even that, so it couldn't even function. So just think like what we have now, and now think about what we have in 5 years. Oh, like yeah, honestly, Ready Player One is probably the best example of what's gonna happen. Or maybe you never know. Maybe some other company will come by and be like, "Hey, VR chat, kick to the curb. I'm better," and actually not be like Metaverse and actually be good. You never know. Yeah, they just got legs, and those legs are not even real.
At least we have legs.
Yeah, the legs they showed were actually fake. They weren't even real. That's a scam.
Wasn't that whole thing mocapped and like, oh
Yeah.
look at this, we
Yeah,
got
it was
legs.
mocapped, it was
all
fake.
mocapped, like that's
Yeah.
a lie.
Yeah. Sword Online style.
Sword Online on say, oh
Yeah.
you die in the game, you die for real. No, that won't be a thing. No, hell no.
Yeah, that would be that'd be a torture, dude. That's like some Saw level movie shit right there, dude. But if anybody else has any questions in the Twitch chat, it's up to you. If anybody has any answer or questions.
Read on.
But if not, then that's pretty much it. We're gonna wrap up in the next little bit. We've been going for an hour and a half, like I said. I'm very punctual, so yeah. Pardon?
I have one for you.
What's
How
your
did you
question?
two meet? It's usually a good one.
How did CyberChimp and I meet? That's the question he asked. He's invisible in front of us. He's
I don't know. But it was back when I think it was back when in your original first version of the
talk show
the
world.
presentation room. That's
Oh,
when I ran.
presentation room. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
the presentation room.
Yeah.
The original one, not the remake. That's the first place I met you, and it's like, oh, the world creator. Hi. It's like, and then it's like, oh, I do streams. Like, okay, I do talk shows. Oh, okay. It's like,
Yeah,
I just saw
I
you.
am.
That's the first time I saw you. It was just randomly, just random encounters. Just it is like you probably don't know who I was back then. I was just like, oh, a random guy.
Yeah, I was
Whatever.
I was just like, who's this random guy, dude? I'm a world creator. What are you doing? What do you want?
Neo peasant.
Oh man. Yeah, I made for those who didn't know, I made Presentation Room Plus, which is basically just a remake of Presentation Room. The original map was made by I think a VRChat dev or something like that. Basically, it was just a world, have marker in it, and then I used to go to that world every day. Presentation Room, the original one, when I played 5 years ago, and I didn't like how small it was, so I was just like, man, I hate this. And I was like, wait, but I can make it. I can just make it better, and so I did. And then I made a bigger version of it, which didn't take that long. It only took like a day or two in Unity to make, because worlds aren't that hard. And then I was like, what else should I add?
Slap prefabs.
Yeah, basically. I was just like, oh, I should add a mirror in it. I was like, uh-oh, big mistake. And then I was like, okay, what else? And I was like, there's this giant wall here. Maybe I should make a giant mural, like my friends list at the time, which was in early 2019, which I did. And then that sparked a lot of attention on me, because people were like, wait, I want to be in that war too. I was like, ah, shit. And I got to add like all these people. Fuck. But, it was kind of like just a way to reminisce, basically, about my friends list all those years ago. And people still go to it once in a while to look at it and be like, wow, that's a giant wall of people. So, yeah. Who's the random monkey in my room?
That was probably your first reaction.
Yeah, I was like, who is this? Yeah, I was like, wait, that guy's not an anime girl. They're a monkey. What's going on? Oh, man. What Lush Fox asks, what is CyberChimp's favorite past tense memory of your chat?
Back when public wars were fun.
Oh, that was a long time ago for me, man. That was like 4 years ago, for me at least.
And how your public worlds now is like the big no zone.
Oh yeah, I mean, well back then, this is before Quest 2 or Quest 1, and essentially,
the quest before the Quest invasion.
yeah, the Quest invasion. So most people who popped on VR chat were mostly adults, people, because you had to have a good computer to run the Vive or the Oculus. And most people are in their 20s, and I remember like when I first started, people were talking about Dragon Ball Super, like when that came out. Like that was the meme thing to talk about. Oh man, you watch Dragon Ball Super? And like that was it. People were just being people and just hanging out, exploring, and it was a very interesting time because you would talk to randoms.
I knew you couldn't resist
sorry, we have
me.
a question.
Has Cyber
from
ever
Bits.
thought of turning VRC into a part-time job in the future?
Sam says, has Cyber ever thought about turning VR chat into a part-time job in the future? He also gave me 100 bits, so thank you for that.
It is my job.
Yeah, it is his job. Like his job is streaming VR chat and doing YouTube content. So it is, it is his job. Anyway, yeah, Publix. So yeah, I used to go to Publix all the time, and I would play VR chat like 12 hours a day, and 6 hours of it was in Publix. The other half was with my friends. That's how my day was 4.5 years ago. And
But now if you go in there, it's just full of like
it's-
cringe and
yeah, it's terrible.
other not questionable things.
The best part was when people would, nobody does this anymore, but 4 years ago, people would put secrets in their map. So you would go to a map and then there would be like a false wall, like randomly, and you just go right through it and you'd be like, wait, what the heck? And then there would be an avatar there. If you didn't know, that's actually how Gun and Knuckles started. Was you go to Trapchan's avatar world, which it doesn't exist anymore, but you would wall ride up the wall and climb up, and then you would fall under the map, and then there'd be a platform under it, and then there would be the Gun and Knuckles avatar. That's originally how it was before we got to Knuckles world.
Yeah, I only knew like the world. I didn't know anything about the secret Easter egg.
Yeah. That was how like most worlds did it. Like if you go to like Fel's Memorial, a really old world from 5 years ago, you can go under the map and then you can change the song, which I know it's like that's so basic, but that was a secret. I didn't know that until years later. Someone's like, "Hey, did you know you can change the music if you just go under the map and like do this thing?" And I'm like, "What?" Or
You're like, what? How?
what?
What do you do?
Yeah,
What's the code?
or,
What's the code? What's the password?
I think the best example of like a hidden avatar, because this is before cloning, so you had to find avatars. Now, some people say cloning may have ruined VR chat in an aspect. I can see that. But anyway,
Wait, cloning wasn't a thing? What? I
yeah.
didn't know that.
So, one of my first avatars I used was the Persona 5 Joker avatar from the game, and there's only one way to get there. It wasn't from just searching the world and just going there. You had to go to the Cafe LeBlanc, and then you go through the bathroom, and it teleports you to the Velvet Room, which is a place in the game. And then you go to the first jail cell on the right-hand side, and then there's a false wall that you just walk right into, and it teleports. It's like a portal behind the wall. It teleports you to a different instance that's private only, and it takes you outside the cafe, and then you walk down the street, and then you go to the gun shop, which is a place in the game that someone recreated, and then you go to another portal that takes you to one of the boss rooms, the casino of the Persona 5, and then you go in there, and then you get the Joker avatar. So you had to take this 15-minute setup just to get to the avatar. And since I had that avatar, no one else in the game had it. Like,
That's so complex.
Yeah.
You can just like, oh, can I have it? Yeah, sure.
yeah, can I just have it? Yeah, that's how I got the avatar, and it was like the first avatar that had like the breakdance emote. So normally the default's like this, right? But when you click breakdance, it makes your character spin and do all this crazy shit. And people are like, "Yo, how'd you do that? Yo, where'd you get that avatar, bro?" And then I had to like literally show them like you had to go to this world, go for this false wall, and they're like, "Wait, that's so cool. There's a secret." Now nobody does that because you just clone it.
There's no mystery anymore. You can just
Yeah.
click them. Yeah. There's no mystery to find.
It's also the same with
stuff anymore.
horror maps. So a lot of horror maps, you would go for this like 3 or 4 hour horror spooky experience, and at the very end it will give you like an avatar, because like for beating the level or whatever, like spending 4 hours getting scared. Nowadays you can just clone it. So people are like, "Wow, how'd you get that avatar?" "Oh, I did this horror map for 4 hours and did it on hard mode." Because some worlds did that, like Huggy's Dungeon, which doesn't exist anymore, used to do that, where if you play in like you never died once, you get like the special avatar. Now you don't do it anymore. You just clone it. Be like, yoink. Thanks.
Come back, Huggy. We miss you.
Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me. My last question is: do you have any final words you'd like to say, everybody watching?
I don't know. I'm not good at. I'm not good at the final windows. I'm not good at speaking.
I can
to
do it
people.
for you, man. Hey, hey, this is CyberChimp. You should just follow him. You can also use the command !guest, which goes to twitch.tv CyberChimp TV. Go watch him. Go follow him. He's going to be streaming probably tomorrow for your new avatar you were working on. You said. And
Yeah, it's my final stream of the week before I go away for the weekend.
Yeah, and
So,
then
just
you'll
quick, little short break.
Yeah, and then your Twitter is CyberChimp, and then if you go on YouTube, just type in CyberChimp, you can find it, and maybe check out some of his merch, buy some mugs, buy some T-shirts, all that stuff. Don't feel no
Literally just open today. It's out now. Go to my YouTube, Twitter. It should be on there.
Yeah, I gotcha. But yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys probably next time or tomorrow or something like that for another interview or something like that. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Haven't already hit the follow, but I appreciate all the follows, the subs, the bits, all that jazz. I'll take care, everybody. I'll see you next time. We're gonna go raid somebody. Before you go, we'll take a photo.
Oh, look at that. I knew you couldn't resist me.
Awesome.
Pog.